When we think about rest today, the picture is usually empty. We imagine disconnecting, kicking back, or simply stopping whatever it is we're doing. This modern definition relies on what we aren't doing, on physical inactivity and mental silence. But the historical design of the Sabbath, rooted in the creation story and the Ten Commandments, presents a different model. It suggests that rest is a state of high activity rather than passive disconnection. The instruction to cease from work specifically targeted creative, constructive acts that change our environment. By stopping those acts, space was cleared for a different kind of effort: gathering for festive meals, studying ancient texts, and lighting candles to mark a time of communal joy. Within this framework, rest is the deliberate, active practice of celebrating life's blessings and acknowledging the good we have been given. Yet this same tradition contains a second expression of rest that seems to contradict the first. It is a day historically known as the Sabbath of Sabbaths. This is Yom Kippur. Instead of feasts and communal singing, it requires afflicting the soul. This is a day of absolute fasting and the removal of every physical comfort. The weekly Shabbat is built on experiencing worldly joy. Yom Kippur demands its complete absence. The vibrant energy of the community is replaced by a stark, inward-facing solemnity. If the goal is spiritual rest, why does its most sacred expression require the complete removal of comfort and joy? The tension between these 2 days addresses the full spectrum of the human experience, recognizing that the spirit requires more than one kind of stillness to find its center. This second state can be understood as reflective rest. It is a deliberate pause from joy and daily distractions. By stripping away food, drink, and lightheartedness, the ritual creates an internal vacuum. That quiet forces an individual to look inward and confront their conscience. This is the act's work of reflection. It is a state of deep introspection and communal confession, where individuals reckon with their personal flaws and failings. Historically, the gravity of this moment was underscored by the elaborate service of the high priest in the temple, whose rituals for atonement emphasized that this internal reckoning was a sacred necessity. This reflective rest is not a punishment, but a purification. It provides the spiritual well-being that comes from reconciliation, a feeling that is impossible to achieve through celebration alone. This pattern of paired opposites, the joyful feast and the solemn reckoning, forms a shared internal structure for spiritual growth that appears across different faiths. The Christian Eucharist relies on this same duality. While it is a celebration of redemption, its origins are rooted in intense, somber reflection. The Last Supper took place during a Passover Seder, a meal centered on deliverance and sacrifice. In this context, Jesus invited his followers into a form of reflective rest, pausing to acknowledge human fallibility and the weight of the new covenant. At the same time, the ritual functions as a joyful celebration of hope. Like the weekly Shabbat, it offers a communal space to appreciate the blessings of redemption. These ancient rituals recognize a common truth. Spiritual rest is not a single feeling, but a rhythm between the celebration of what we have and a quiet reckoning with who we are. When we bring these two perspectives together, we see that the solemnity of Yom Kippur completes the joy of Shabbat. Because human life naturally fluctuates between triumphs and failures, a one-sided approach to spiritual health is inherently fragile. Lasting growth requires an ecosystem of immense gratitude balanced by a sincere confrontation with our shortcomings. Holistic rest is a dynamic, ongoing rhythm. It is the movement between celebrating the good we have been given and quietly reflecting on how we can be better.